A loud scream brings the horse to a halt as Roy and Sam come closer to the lock. It's finally home time, and a relief in Sam's voice is apparent after a long day's work.
Whoa, boy, whoa! Sam, tie her up and I'll secure the back.
Yes, father. Sam sluggishly ties the horse and secures the boat ready to drain the lock. As Sam approaches the lock, he notices Jonathan is not there, and the lock is broken.
Father, Jonathan's missing and the lock's stuck. Christ, not again. Wait till I see that boy. Just open the lock, Sam, and stop messing about. It's stuck, and it won't move. For God's sake, let me do it.
Roy stomps towards the lock, mumbling under his breath and huffing, his strides getting longer and more purposeful each time. The lights to the hut are low, but enough moonlight is present to see the lock.
Not again, it's blocked. Come on, Sam, we can't do anything about it now. Take Sadie back to the stables and give her a feed. I'll meet you back inside, bloody idiots.
Yes, father. Sam walks into the night, talking to Sadie, as his voice fades. Roy makes his way towards the hut. He tries the door, but it won't open. He bangs on the shutters.
Come on, Sarah, let me in, it's freezing.
The screams become muffled, as if the mouth has been covered, and it's clearly coming from upstairs. Roy rushes to the door and hits his shoulder into it each time, breaking the lock. Finally, the door gives way, and Roy rushes into the front room, being lit by moonlight through the shutters.
Sarah, where are you?
Roy rushes around downstairs, but the only option left is the stairs. He creeps towards them, and he grabs a lantern to proceed. First step, then his second step, then creak.
Hold it there, Roy. We warned you what would happen if you refused. We gave you plenty of chances, and now you're gonna learn. Don't even think about coming any closer, or they'll get it.
Roy continues up the stairs whilst trying to reason with the man, slowly taking his steps and trying not to be heard. He's reached the top and peeks around the corner.
I'm unarmed, and my family have nothing to do with this. I promise I'll make contributions next month. It's too late for that. We have orders to get rid of anyone who rejects him.
Roy slowly reaches for his gun in the upstairs cupboard, waving his hand around frantically in the dark, trying to feel for his dad's shotgun used in spring to hunt, but still cannot find it.
Look, I'm gonna come in, but I'm unarmed. We can talk this out. If you come through that door, it'll be the last thing you do.
Roy slowly opens the door, his breath becoming deeper and deeper, and the whimpers of his family become louder and louder. As the door opens, Roy can see the light shining through the crack, and he puts his eye to the hole. Bang! A round goes off and echoes through the house, and a silence fills the void. Roy falls to his knees in despair and pushes the door open.
Roy, are you okay, Roy?
Roy looks up at Laura, and then to the left to see the intruder slumped in a heap, with half of his face splattered over the bedside table. He looks to the right to see Sam stood with his father's shotgun.
Sam, what have you done?
The first functional issue I found out in my test shoot was actually the tracking shot in the opening part of my sequence. As Roy smashes through the door, the camera needs to track with Roy as he goes through the door. Currently this is impossible with the wall in its current state. The track will need to stop on the wall and then start again. So I would suggest for an improvement to the set that this part of the wall is removable. So when that particular scene happens, the track can have a really smooth progression from the outside of the house into the inside of the house. And going forward, I would need to make that part of the wall removable and or take it away. The second functional issue I found throughout my test shoot was that the corridor upstairs was too narrow for the camera to operate within. There's lots of shots of Roy being close to the door when he looks through. There's a long tracking shot up to Roy, and this particular part of the wall never gets shown in the scene. So Going forward, I would definitely take this part of the wall out to allow more space for cameras and lighting for that particular area. Currently, it's a really tight squeeze and we can't actually get some of the shots that I wanted to get. So going forward, I would definitely build a floor plan for the top of this part of the house, but take away the wall to allow for more movement. My first health and safety issue throughout my test shoot, it was evident that the stairs that I'd built for my set design were wide enough and big enough for the actor to go up, but there was no guardrail. So when going round the corner, Roy potentially, if he would have tripped, the actor could have fell off the stairs, and also it's a very, very long drop. So to rectify that, I would need to build the other half of the stairs and or provide some guardrails so when moving around the corner there would be some for the actor to grab onto, which would also stop them from falling over the side. My second health and safety issue when doing my test shoot was that the doors upstairs didn't have any flooring behind them and wasn't securely shut, particularly in the cupboard where Roy fumbles around for the shotgun. If he would have slipped and fell straight through, he would have really injured himself. So going forward, I need to definitely have flooring behind the doors and or lock the doors securely to make sure they can't open so crew members can't fall through them and actors as well.